Hit the ropes, break the chains. History lives where the crowd remains. Glory and pain collide in the fight. Under the spotlight, the story ignites. Past to present, blood and sweat. Wrestling moments you'll never forget. Wrestling with nerds, we dive in deep. The podcast where legends never sleep. WWE past and future collide. Tune into the madness. Here's your last ride. Steel chairs, championship belts on the line. Echoes of warriors through space and time. Drama builds fears, hit the mat. Feel the impact, feel the combat. From the golden age to the now, we're breaking it down, match by vow. Wrestling with nerds, we dive in deep. The podcast where legends never sleep. WWE past and future collide. Tune into the madness. Here's your last
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
This honky tonk man, greatest intercontinental champion of all time, and you're watching Wrestling with Nerds podcast. Yes, that's my favorite. Shake, rattle, and roll.
What's going on, wrestling nerds, and welcome to this week's episode of the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. We are back here on a Sunday, immediately following Elimination Chamber. Unless you're in Germany, then it's no escape, which I didn't know that until recently.
Yeah, Elimination Chamber means something totally different over there.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, last night was Elimination Chamber. We have 4 matches to talk about. A lot of shenanigans just happened, but joining me on this week's show are the 4 numbskulls that join me every single week. Yeeting around the whole place. What's up, T?
Happening, brother.
It wasn't a lot of yeeting going on for you after Friday, huh?
There hasn't been a lot of eating in days, months, years.
It was before Friday because he got wiped out before the show even started on Friday.
Let's bring in my one and only broadcasting partner on the Wednesdays and right here on the Wrestling with Nerds show as well. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, AJ? So I think the atmosphere in Chicago was pretty interesting last night. We'll just say that.
It was very interesting, and I have some words on it. It's probably going to divide probably the four of us and maybe everybody who watches, because we'll get into that. Let's not blow it all now. And the one, the only, the guru of wrestling, Mr. Ryan Fry.
I don't have anything else to say. You just said it there. No, I'm just kidding.
Can you do that every week? Can you just give my whole act?
Can you just do that every morning when I get up and I'm just ready to fight the
No,
day?
you need this Chicago Bulls guy.
No, we're gonna go on to that. Trust me. I thought the show was pretty solid last night. Great show. I didn't really have much to complain about. I'm looking forward here to talking about Elimination Chamber, and we have a release on Friday. Early release. We're gonna talk 2K.
I'm just saying it now. I do have to work Friday into Saturday. Well, Thursday into Friday and Friday into Saturday. Saturday, when I get home, I will be streaming 2K. You won't hear any of the music because I'm not getting my stream
Copyright?
taken down.
Yeah,
But I will be streaming 2K right here on the Nerds channel.
Yeah, and I'm ordering a capture card this week.
It'd be cool if they could
Computer should have one in there.
I'm not. I didn't get it for the computer. I got it for Xbox.
You mother! I thought we were all getting it for the computer.
Uh-oh.
No, I got it for Xbox. Doesn't mean I won't get it for the computer too if we're gonna go that route, but don't think I won't.
It already took the money. I have it
That's
for the
fine.
computer.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'll probably end up getting. I'll most likely get it for both because we're gonna try to do more with it this coming year.
It'd be nice if they had a thing in the settings where you could go in and put it in streamer mode, where it would shut the music off.
There is.
There is.
Well, then what are you worried about your stream getting taken down for if you're going to do that?
That's what I said I was going to do.
You never said that. You just said, I'm not getting my stream taken down.
I said I was turning off the entrance music.
Yeah,
I didn't hear you say it.
Turning the music off. But anyhow, so let's get into this.
All right, the details for last night's event at, I think, the first time in 30-something years that WWE was in the United Center.
Yeah, because they did WrestleMania at the Allstate Center in like the 2000s, I believe.
I think they always go for Allstate no matter what they did. But yeah, the United Center was open. Technically, if I'm not mistaken, and somebody can fact check me on this, the WWE was in the United Center.
Hold on.
The United Center was used for WWE before it was used for the Bulls. And it would have been Survivor Series or SummerSlam. SummerSlam 94.
So I was right, about 30 years.
Yeah, 1994.
So they have two different stadiums, one for football, one for basketball, or one not football. It's hockey and basketball.
No, the Allstate Arena. The Allstate Arena is. Go ahead.
The Allstate's just a separate arena. Rosemont Horizon is a separate arena that doesn't host anything.
Yes, it does.
Well, I meant for the two that for TJ talked about, hockey and basketball are both at the United Center. Right?
Yes, but the Allstate Arena does the Chicago Wolves, which is the American Hockey League.
Yeah. So, and
So the team has two arenas, but they might lose their football team because of the stadium. What is wrong with Chicago?
Don't do this to me, damn it.
You saw the article. The Bears might become the Indiana Bears.
I know.
There's still going to be the Chicago Bears, like your New York Giants. So
by way of Indiana,
or like the Los Angeles Angels
by way of
Anaheim.
New Jersey, it's the same. Hell, the Washington Commanders don't even play in Washington. They play in Maryland, and their building is in Northern Virginia.
I mean, I always thought the Jets should have been the New Jersey Jets just to make that make sense, but.
Well, let's not talk about New York and Jets.
Why? It's not like we went and bombed some people this weekend on their version of 9/11 or something. Somebody else's chamber got eliminated. No, not at all.
He walked out. He's like, I'm out. I'm going.
Remember, I'm always that guy. Not afraid to be.
But yeah,
bomb, Iran. What?
The note of 30 years ago was the sign in the crowd that I will give MVP status to that says, uh, sorry, or something about sorry, I just got here. When is Luger and Tatanka? That was a match in 1994 at SummerSlam. So that tells you how bad traffic is in Chicago, that it took him 30 years to get there. Uh,
No,
that
before
point
we
of
completely
that
go off into other
that
conversations that aren't wrestling related, United Center, Chicago, Illinois, 19,346 people packed the United Center. I don't think it was a complete sellout, but it was definitely filled with people. 4 matches, 2 Elimination Chamber matches, a Women's Intercontinental Championship match, and a World Heavyweight Championship match. We'll get all into that. Hit that like button. Subscribe if this is the first time you've seen the Wrestling with Nerds podcast on the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast page. Ryan, this is the part where I shut up and you play host.
Oh yay! I love this. There's so much
What? You
fun
don't
from
even
it.
have the kid in your hand this time.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we don't have the
Ryan's
fifth
the guru
member.
for a reason. I only keep us on track.
Oh, is that what you do? Because you do a really bad job of it.
I didn't know we were like the movie Unstoppable and trying to survive the curve.
So the opening contest of the night was the Women's Elimination Chamber for a shot at the Women's World Champion, or the Women's WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 42. It went 24 minutes even. It's like they had it planned that way. Rhea Ripley.
How is that possible?
What do you mean?
Wow.
That it went 24 minutes.
Is that minus the entrance or is it?
Yeah, no, that it's
Including.
That
it's
doesn't even
it's bell to bell.
make sense. That doesn't even make sense.
Why 2 people start 5 minutes later at the 5-minute
Hmm.
mark? That's 1.
It's
10
20
minutes.
minutes just to get everybody into the ring.
It's
then it's
only
over
two,
at-
It's only 2-minute intervals after the first one, isn't it?
No, it's 5. It's 5.
The match started at 7:19, and
So
I
it'd be-
clocked Raquel entering at 7:39, which is 20 minutes. And the match was over 8 minutes after that, but that's beside the point.
We're going. Wikipedia has 24 minutes.
Well, Wikipedia's wrong.
Well, edit
Go
it
change
and
it.
go fix it.
I ain't messing with that mess of a show.
Anyhow,
Because I can tell you right up until about, I don't know, 7:37, that match was great.
Rhea Ripley defeats Tiffany Stratton, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. First one eliminated was Alexa by Kiana.
Boo.
That was my
Kiana
pick.
James.
That was my
Kiana
pick.
J- Kiana James and Asuka were both eliminated by Raquel. Raquel was eliminated by Tiffany, and then Tiffany, of course, gets eliminated by Rhea. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. There was a few screw ups through a little bit of miscommunications, but I
That
think
shit
that's
happens.
I think that's more common now, just because these guys and girls aren't wrestling every night now. Like they're only doing TV, and then like the holiday shows is the only all live shows they're doing anymore. So I'm okay with that. I thought it was a really tough, really strong show for Raquel, even with getting pinned, not winning the match. I thought she looked super strong in the match. I absolutely love Tiffany's ring
boob.
gear. Well,
Raquel's
apparently
boob.
there was 2 of them. There was Raquel's issue with the Hurricane Rana, and also Kiana James had one as well. I absolutely love Tiffany's ring gear. I just love the whole look, the butterflies and everything, the chaps look. I thought that
Is she changing her hair now? 'Cause
yeah,
half-
she's got some black highlights into her hair and stuff now, different colors.
With the
into her hair.
crosses, did anybody else kind of get a Michelle McCool feel to it?
Yes, I did see that comparison. I just like the change up from like the Barbie girl
Mhm.
look that she had.
The clueless look.
I thought that was
I mean-
very, very good.
Back to Ryan's thing about the screw ups and everything. While I think that's has something to do with it, I think it has a lot to do with what they're trying to do. How everything is more over the top. There's just more room for error.
I was gonna say too, outside of the holiday shows and all that stuff, remember they're doing live shows when they go over to Europe too, in between
Yeah.
TVs.
I think you're getting. I think a lot of that is now the word changing of not everything is laid out choreographic or with the choreography and everything. They're calling things in the ring, and that's a learning adjustment for some of these people that aren't used to that. I think we're gonna see more with the Kiana James and Alexa involving Julia and Charlotte. I think that's gonna be something for WrestleMania. I can
Charlotte, with
see
the
that.
amount of ice cream she ate, gave me the shits.
I was waiting for AJ to say something on that.
There's a
Yeah,
beautiful Vermont product there, Ben and Jerry's. Yes, I'd like to point that out.
But yeah, I think we're gonna. I think that's the build for Mania is Kiana James and Julia versus Alexa and Charlotte. I think that's where they're
Do you
going with
think
that.
You think Nia and Lash get involved with that too, and
They
they
could.
make it for the title?
They could.
Because Friday they kind of stole them, and when
They
I
did.
think
They did.
TJ's
They did not steal those tag titles. That was a solid tag team match for that, and that match was really good on SmackDown, and I was
changed my
actually
pick.
impressed.
Should have
I was
changed my pick after watching SmackDown.
I was
Yeah, so should I.
I was thoroughly impressed with Nia and Lash. They did a great job on Friday. Kudos to them to winning the women's tag titles on Friday. And my last note is Rhea is that bitch, and we're gonna get Rhea versus Jade, and we're gonna see just how bad Jade Cargill is in the ring.
I might get some heat with this with maybe some of you guys and probably the interwebs. I love Rhea. I do. I very much are do we think we're getting kind of the Roman Reigns down our throats treating of her a little bit?
I think we're getting somebody step up. Until somebody steps up, she's the guy. She's the girl. And nobody's stepping up to the plate. It's time to play the game of show yourself, make yourself, be Becky Lynch in a way. Break out of the shell and become a headline. Right now, there is none. Who are you gonna put her against at WrestleMania before Rhea? That would have
I
been.
still think Charlotte should have been in this chamber match. Charlotte should have won, and it should have been Charlotte versus Jade.
I think they're doing the opposite with Charlotte, where they're trying to keep her away from the world title. And that way, when she comes back for the world title, it's a bigger pop. It's not, oh, we're just doing this again. It's, hey, she's been away. We could see her be champion again.
Yeah, but then back to what you just said. You want to keep her away, but then you're saying, oh, people need to step up, but yet you're shushing some other talent.
But she's one that's already been to that level. I'm talking about the ones that are up, that have been up, that have played that mid card level, that are just comfortable there. Step up your game, and you'll get that chances for the world title picture.
I mean, I thought Alexa was it.
I thought it was Alexa Bliss's times, to be honest, too.
I feel like that match had two phases. You had the phase before the mist and the phase after the mist. Before the mist was great. After the mist, it felt like they're like, okay, finish.
I think Alexa's close. I think Alexa needs more of that. Needs a little bit more of a push. Like, she got put in the tag spot with Charlotte, and that's pretty much what she's been doing. She needs to get a little bit more of that singles run into her to make her more believable to be world champion.
I mean, it's Alexa Bliss. We saw what she did with the title.
Former world champion.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But we're also talking about an Alexa Bliss that took 2 years out of the ring. We're talking about an Alexa Bliss that dealt with severe concussions before she took the 2 years off to have the baby. This is a completely different Alexa Bliss.
Did she have concussions before?
I didn't know that either.
She was having concussion issues. She was taking time off for that, and then she come back, and then she got pregnant. So this is a completely different Alexa Bliss that literally everybody else has been in fast forward mode since then. She was in pause mode for 3 years. It's just she needs more time in the ring, getting her character back. What's her character besides what was the Fiend's sidekick at this point?
I
I
mean,
prefer.
was she not leaning into that demonic presence that whole elimination chamber?
I prefer. I've said it before. I prefer the Alexa Bliss that we got when she was the women's champion, when she won the first elimination chamber.
I thought her best character work was when she was with the Fiend, to be honest. 'Cause she had what's
Nah,
really
I mean, character work, yes, but I don't want a cartoony character Alexa Bliss. I want the smart ass pixie, like I want that Alexa Bliss, and I think we'll get that. We're just not there yet.
I feel like with you saying they're holding Charlotte down, they're holding her down.
Well,
They're
they
holding
very
her
well
in the
would.
tag team
They're
division
also
for what purpose?
they're also the veterans in that locker room that are probably trying to help elevate the younger ones, and it's just not happening.
I will say
Well,
one thing.
so then to your point of show us who you are, become somebody, why are we waiting? They're there. We have multi-time champions battling for tag belts against people that have showed up 5 minutes ago that they don't need to be there. You want headliners, they're there. Let them be headliners.
There can only be 2 people at the top.
I mean, except there's 4 because we have 2 women's titles, 2 different matches, 2 different nights.
I
Either
will
way.
say, I will say though, in the chamber for the women's, Kiana James had an outstanding performance. She's had a really good Royal Rumble, and she's now had a good Elimination Chamber as her starting her main roster work.
I'd love to see her in Charlotte.
And I was gonna say Raquel Rodriguez won that crowd over last night too, because the crowd was kind of pissed when she got eliminated. But I thought the violence level for that chamber for the women's was really good because there's some blood in there, and then putting people through the pods and all that stuff.
I think her nose is fucked.
Oh, she took a face
Tiffany's
plant.
is broke.
She took a face plant for sure off of the electric chair drop.
Tiffany's nose was broke for sure.
Yes. I did love the homage to Alexa and Rhea at the beginning of the match. Look staring at each other through the pod. It was flipped and reversed from when they did the Saudi chamber match. Rhea was in the pod and Alexa stared at her. This time it was Rhea repaying the favor. I really like that touch. And I think I want to say that I think the main reason you go with Rhea on this Elimination Chamber match is because who the champion is. Keep in mind, Jade has fallen off a cliff in general. Like she was led by her hand by Bianca to be the tag champ. Then after that, she was led by Naomi. Yeah, their street fight and everything was great. Then she wins the championship from Tiffany, who needed more. Her winning from Tiffany was more because Tiffany needed a break. She's only defended that title 1 time since she won that thing in November. You need to have somebody in the ring with her that can lead a match.
And I guess
be believable to beat Jade. And I think that, I mean, right now, if you think about it, Rhea Ripley is the workhorse in that women's locker room. She's a locker room leader in that locker room. She's the only female to get the Undertaker approval. She is, whether we like it or not, and I don't mind it because I think Rhea is fantastic. She is one of those, you could say, 4 pillars, quote unquote, of the WWE. So we're just putting her in that spot makes the most sense.
And I guess you could say too, it elevates the SmackDown women's division at the top, with her probably going to be more on SmackDown now over the next month.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about break down every division on shows, including NXT, the SmackDown women's division is low compared to the rest of them. It's not talent-wise low. It's just not getting the playtime, not getting the airtime, not getting the storyline.
It's also all tag division for the most part. That's the only thing they show.
Not to mention, you also have Chelsea that's hurt. You have all that kind of stuff going on. So putting Rhea there makes sense. Plus, I think Rhea needs a change from Raw to SmackDown in general.
So what do you do with Eel then? Who's going to be? Because doesn't Eel deserve a shot, a rematch then for the tag titles?
I
At this
think
point,
I think
at this
Io
point,
gets lost.
At this point, maybe it's time for Io to ride the pine. I know she's been dealing with a couple of nagging injuries here and there. Maybe she takes a couple weeks off. There's really no build for a WrestleMania story for her at the moment, and I think there's a shift in the WrestleMania plans with one, the ticket sales reportedly being low, and two, they're going back to Vegas again where they had, I would say you could put in reference maybe one of the worst WrestleManias of at least the last 20 years. I mean, I think there's a couple that match up with it. So they're going to go balls to the wall for this WrestleMania and give you all the star power they can in the main events, which is why we'll get to what we get to for here later for the men's side. They're going to throw you this is the forbidden door WrestleMania in the sense of you're getting your fantasy bookings within the WWE for this WrestleMania. So who knows what other matches we're gonna see come out of this. So headed to our next match for the Intercontinental title. We get AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. The crowd popped for AJ Lee's introduction, like the music hit and popped.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they did. It's Chicago.
And in my opinion, it went dead. Like when the bell rang, this match went completely dead. And I know she's billed out of New Jersey because was her hometown. But how do you not introduce her from Chicago, Illinois, just to get a pop? I feel like they missed the ball on that one. So, but I felt like the crowd was really dead at the beginning of the match, and then they picked it up. I thought the match was solid.
I thought
As
the
much
match
as
was
I-
good. It was
I thought the
definitely
ma-
brutal.
It was brutal, and
Yeah.
I think it was choreographed very well.
It played
I-
into your almost kind of how you were saying with Jess being involved and
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a good call.
I think this is a way to steer Becky away from the IC title. I think we're gonna get some of those. I think we're gonna get some of those hodgepodge type matches at Mania using people that normally don't get in the ring. Like I think we're gonna get Becky against Jessica. I think that's gonna be a WrestleMania.
Hasn't
match.
she been training?
She is a wrestler. She's actually from Maryland. She wrestled at MCW. She refereed here. She was wrestling under a mask and Evolve for a little while. I don't know if her character's still on there or not because I haven't checked into Evolve since like 3 weeks after it started. But yeah, great. I love the idea of the finish where they come back to
Turnbuckle?
that corner. Like they didn't use it right away. Jess goes out and gets the turnbuckle, goes to put it back on, gets smudged in the corner. They miss. I did like the catch of the miss of the first time she went for the Black Widow. She over rotated and they hurried up and they called an audible. It didn't look as clunky. But I didn't like the finish. I thought that there was a big disconnect in the finish, miscommunication wise in the ring. AJ's all the way against the back set of ropes, and she just kind of has to stumble her way over towards that corner again. And she isn't even remotely near that corner when Becky jumps into it. I thought there was a little bit of disconnect there. And like I said, I think this is a way to get Becky off of that IC title, which I don't think she needs to win it for a third time.
do we think she ends up with something maybe even if it's not the Jess, then Natty and Maxine?
I think you're gonna get some of the matches that AJ wants to have happen. So I think you might get AJ Lee versus Natty at Mania for the IC title. I know that's one of her like 5 matches she wants to have happen. I think what you end up having is something on Raw for a #1 contendership thing, and Natty comes out victorious on that one.
I know. I'd like to see her versus Roxanne. I think that'd
Yeah, I
be
was
fun.
gonna say Roxanne. I would like to see that.
They're like the same person.
Oh, AJ Lee and Roxanne, yeah, they pretty much are.
That's
Except
kind of
for
why I
the-
wanted to see it.
Except for the stupid windmill punches that Roxanne does that
Hmm.
looks absolutely horrible. Sorry, pet peeve. Next up, World Heavyweight Championship match: CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I couldn't help but notice.
I'm just curious. Did you look? Did anybody pick this match wrong?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
No.
I mean, this was probably the most predictable finish of the night.
Finn, I noticed still using the old Finn music.
I like that. I like when he came out to that.
Yeah, still use when he does this. He's starting to go back to that Balor Club, Finn Balor. I can say this for myself. I don't probably a little bit for Mike too. The Bulls entrance for Punk, I got goosebumps.
That was
I thought
very
it was
good.
dope.
That
I
that
love
was
Very good.
that's my heyday of being a Bulls fan. So I got goosebumps.
Wish it was more of a transition from that right into Cult of
Yeah.
Personality, not that long gap in between.
Mhm.
That was odd. That kind of ruined it for me, to be honest.
No, I like the long gap because all you heard was the crowd chanting CM Punk.
CM Chunk is what I heard.
Well, that was somebody that was a little close to the mic when
Yep.
they got into the ring, but that little break there for him to like take the deep breath, get ready to go to war, them chanting CM Punk, and then the music hitting and him walking right out. I think what threw everybody for a loop is because they use that smaller entrance for Elimination Chamber.
Well, they use that so they
That's-
can get the wraparound, the 360.
They use that small entrance and him standing in the back. He's not standing in gorilla. He never walked through gorilla position. So everybody just kind of thought, at least I did, just stand. He's like, why is he just standing in a spot? Like, I was waiting for the camera cut to his entrance, but then when his music hit and he turned the corner and he's there, it was like, oh, he's not. The gorilla's not right there like it normally is.
I was trying to figure out where is Gorilla at that point.
Probably off to the side. Probably
Yeah.
off to the side there. And it also kind of looked like he was. I don't know the layout of the United Center, but like when he first walks out of the first door, it almost looks like he's on the second level, or like he's not on the bottom
Yeah,
floor.
because you
It
saw
looks
the
like he's
bar
up.
through the windows.
Yeah, like I was like so thrown off by it, but it was very cool, and you can't go wrong with the Chicago Bull entrance.
I watched it this morning, and the door swings open. I started paw.
Mm.
The
Goldberg.
Yeah,
I was waiting
shout
for the
out,
security guards and
yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to Ray Clay to do the voiceover for that. And I like how they did it the Bulls way. Like he's 6'1",
Yep.
World Heavyweight Champion, a Second City Saint. I
it was
love
weird that for me, I didn't know it was just a like. I wanted him to not just say Chicago because it sounded weird. It's like from Chicago. It was like from Chicago, Illinois.
You say Chicago, we know what Chicago you're talking
I know,
about.
but it just sounded weird. It was just the one.
AJ didn't want
did
you to. AJ didn't want to get the other Chicago confused.
They did
Yeah,
it
Yeah, there's
with
like death in that one.
they did it with Derrick Rose all the time. It was just Chicago when Derrick Rose
Yeah.
came out.
Oh, okay.
It's not just Speedway. You got to add the Indiana.
Oh God.
So anyhow, I like the starter
killer
jacket. I like the Chicago Bull entrance. I know Mike probably called it, but he had Chicago Blackhawks ring gear.
Yep.
I thought it was quite cool.
You
I
know,
honestly,
Joe was probably enjoying that.
oh, I think yesterday I had Joe trying to figure out any way, shape, or form to get that Punk Blackhawks WWE title.
Uh-huh.
Like once I showed it to him, he was like, "Oh!" Like you could just, without hearing him, you could hear the gears burning up in his head, trying to figure out how can I get this. um. Uh. I honestly thought this was one of the better matches of 2026. I thoroughly enjoyed this world title match between these two.
This was better than Dublin, and Dublin was really good.
And they had to call a nice callback to Finn in the barricade that with during when Finn's first title match
Where he blew
those
out
many
his
years
shoulder.
ago. Not the blowing out the shoulder, but putting Punk through the
Putting Punk through, yeah.
yes.
Also, didn't realize this was the first time Punk had fought in Chicago in forever.
No,
it's the first
time.
United Center.
It's the first time in the WWE that he's wrestled in the United Center. Again, WWE doesn't wrestle at the United Center.
Well, no,
He
I thought they said it was his first match in like 36 months in Chicago.
Well, I don't know about that one, but I know the graphic said that it's his first match in the United Center. And in actuality, AEW ran the United Center, and it was like him and Perimeter and I think Sting fought FTR and MJF in a 6-man there.
You threw me off with the perimeter there, like the edge.
That would be a perimeter, AJ. Yes.
But I thought it was a solid match back and forth. I did like seeing Roman's tweet about something about being, I don't know what's more beat up or blown up or something.
What was
Or
more
tired.
quiet? What was more tired, the crowd or the champion?
Yeah, that's what it was. I did like that little tweet that he put out. Plus, remember, he's gonna be in Indiana on Monday. That's not Speedway. That's Indianapolis. I'm gonna get killed when this spot's over. And my other note for this match is I want more of this Finn Balor. I think you're gonna have Judgment Day making fun of Finn for losing again, and that's gonna be the setting off point for this.
I think Finn's gonna be the one that gets kicked out of Judgment Day.
I don't think Finn's gonna get kicked out. I think Finn's just gonna quit.
I'm ready to see Finn be a good guy again.
I'm ready to see what happens on Monday because honestly, I thought there was going to be at least a little bit of Judgment Day interference, even though he told him not to do anything.
Well, he was looking at the back, thinking
he was, yes. So that's why I want to see what happens on Monday because I was thinking that they were going to come out.
And I think his comments to Dom about on Monday about doing things on your own, growing up and doing things on your own, I think Dom is gonna throw that back in Finn's face.
And I
one way,
think,
shape, or another.
And I think on Monday, I think I could easily see Dom losing that title on Monday.
To who?
Penta.
I just looking in the YouTube chat. No, I don't work for the WWE. I would love to. They just won't answer my phone calls.
On the next episode of WWE Unreal.
The gorilla position is a lot bigger than what it used to be. It used to literally be Gorilla Monsoon sitting in a chair at the curtain, and he would look at you and say, "You got 15 minutes. Go out and do your match." Now you have all your producers and your agents and everything working.
And
matches
you have your backstage camera for Netflix back there.
Yeah. So yeah, gorilla position. Actually, gorilla position is one whole 53-foot trailer now. Basically that unfolds and is used for the building or used for gorilla position. But keep the questions coming and I'll answer them. Next up, we had the men's elimination chamber. Randy Orton defeats LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Logan Paul.
You mean LA Trip?
How convenient.
25 minutes and 20 seconds.
How convenient. He trips off the top rope and then gets eliminated 3 seconds later.
It was a trick.
You know, Triple H is going to call him aside and be like, so we're going to talk about this.
Yeah, but shit
Like,
like that
was your
happens, though.
spot. That was your spot.
And he still did
Uh,
it. It didn't come off the top rope, but he still did it. And
Yeah, but
it didn't look good, but it still happened.
Yeah.
So shit like that happens.
I
Well,
agree.
we had a good conversation last night in the Discord. It's like, is LA Knight ever gonna get the nod?
I'm gonna touch
He's in
on
his
that.
own way.
I'm gonna touch on that a little bit from what I was paying attention to how they were talking about him last night. Number one in my notes is Trick Willie is over like Rover.
Yeah, they got to do something with him soon.
I love the fact that we don't have to hear Booker T every goddamn week with him.
It's to the point where I don't even like Joe Hendry anymore.
And it's now to the point where we can now understand and learn to like that Trick Williams character. But yes, I think him and Carmelo for the U.S. title at Mania would be amazing. And I think that would be a great
Look at their
matchup to
matches from
have.
NXT. Jesus.
Exactly. And now Trick's got a lot more experience under his belt too.
Mellows, bitch.
I could definitely see that being a match for WrestleMania, and I would actually pay to see that one. We'll touch on LA Knight. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that the build for LA Knight is not over. I agree that he gets in his own way, but the words that Cole used last night, being the sentimental favorite and being the underdog and being this, I feel like they're gonna pull that trigger on him this year at Money in the Bank. I feel like they're gonna keep building this up until we get the Money in the Bank, and then this will be his finally the time for him to grab that brass ring.
Hey Ryan, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole here, but we've said this the last 3 years, the exact same thing.
Yeah, and I think it's more the same. It's been the same thing. He gets in his own way.
It also looks like he's just going through the motions now. Just him walking to the ring, it was just.
I honestly think we're gonna get a heel turn from him. Is how I think this is gonna change the story for him. It's gonna be the heel turn of all of this. The losing his opportunities, losing opportunities. It eventually turns on you, and I think they're gonna turn on. He's gonna turn on somebody and go heel, and then win Money in the Bank.
I mean, he's basically a tweener now.
No, he's a face. He had Trick Williams.
He's the Slim Jim guy, my guy.
Trick Williams comes out and gets a huge pop, and I'm like, damn, he's over. And then LA Knight's music hits, and it's a bigger pop. It's like, well, never mind. He's not an LA Knight LA Knight pop yet.
I don't know. You know my feelings of LA Knight. You know I like him.
You also have to think about this. There are so many other people influencing the decision making in the WWE besides Triple H. Triple H is the one that's out front. Triple H is the one that gets shit on when it doesn't go the way they want it to go. But there's also a lot of people at that top level that are answering to sponsors, that are answering to. They're trying to put out the product for people for the most money, and it's the old school way of thinking of things. They want their superstars at the top, and sometimes they're not ready to give those spots up to the people. I think LA Knight's kind of fallen in that the last 2 years. He's not a marquee. His name's not Rhodes. His name's not Orton. His name's not Roman. It's kind of the schnick you get when you're not a Nepo in a way. He's got to prove himself, and he keeps proving himself, but he also keeps stepping on his you-know-what when he gets into these big matches. So there's got to be some little tweak to this chase. The other part of this that gets interesting, and we'll get to it here at the end with the shocking return that wasn't so shocking, but it was shocking because is he healthy? We get the Masked Man's revealed most likely is another Seth Rollins student. The cage, of course, we can't have an elimination chamber without the pod or the big door being open for somebody to come in. Magically,
Or in this case, two.
Magically, what do you mean two? The other guy never gets in the never gets in the chamber.
Drew.
He climbs.
But he tried climbing.
Oh, Drew.
Yeah, Drew. That's right.
Drew. The first mask guy never gets in a chamber. He jumps up on the side of the cage, scrolls
No,
around.
TJ was
and
No,
referring
I was
Seth and then
talking to
Drew.
Drew.
Oh, well, you're right on that one. But anyhow, the guy gets revealed most likely as another one of the Black and Bruise students. The second masked man shows up, hits the stomp, and has the mannerisms, and it's revealed that it is Rollins. Are we gonna get Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul again at WrestleMania?
I mean, there's nobody left on the Vision to even like. I mean, it was probably going to be Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. He's hurt. It's probably Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. He's hurt. So,
But here's an interesting
Well, I
twist.
mean, there is the
Here's-
other one. There is that big guy
I
from Canada.
have a thought.
Here's an interesting twist, though, and it's one I thought about as soon as I saw it last
The
night.
Vision versus Seth's couple people.
No. Seth Rollins is now kind of, I guess, an in-betweener, or he's now face to go against the Vision. Who else has Vendetta versus the Vision?
LA Knight.
No, got slammed through a car. So now do you get Seth Rollins and LA Knight versus Logan Paul and Austin Theory?
Oh, I don't want to see that.
I mean, it's a possibility. They're gonna give us every headline, every main guy they got. They're gonna put in this WrestleMania
Oof.
card one way or another.
And Logan Paul gets eyes.
Yeah, Logan Paul gets
He
eyes.
doesn't just get eyes. He deserves to be there.
I mean, he was
Oh,
on.
I
He was
agree.
on a roll last night. He had 3
I
eliminations.
absolutely loved that part where he did one thing to eliminate one person, and then the other stuff was either shenanigans or somebody else did the finishing work. He's just the guy that covered him. And he was getting chance while he was in the pod, and he was wondering what did I do? I'm not even in the match yet, and he's getting told what everybody thinks of him.
Yeah, I don't.
Basically,
I still don't understand. I think people just bitch about Logan Paul being in WWE to bitch about Logan
Well,
Paul being
They
in
hate.
WWE.
They hate because they ain't.
Well,
so
then there's other people that think he's just a horrible human being, and at this point, I don't care.
I'm nervous about Javon because he
Oh, dude.
landed on his head
Dude.
/ neck.
we were talking about that last night in the Discord, and I said, "Is he okay?" Because
I did like that he got up. He needed help.
Yeah,
but
I think he's fine.
I think I think he had like a stinger.
Of course, we get the finish. Drew gets in the cage. Of course, he hits Cody with the title.
Triple threat. Triple threat.
We get
Triple
back
threat.
and forth. Goes into Claymore, misses, gets hit with an RKO, then gets hit with Crossroads. Cody gets up from the Crossroads, bam, RKO. Randy Orton is headed to WrestleMania.
Randy Orton suckered his ass.
One thing I noticed in this entire match, that RKO is the only time Cody and Randy touched each other the entire match.
I noticed that. Yeah.
The entire match is the only time they got physical with each other was
It-
when Cody
It
got hit with the
if you go
RKO.
back and rewatch that match, there are some eye contact moments where they turn around and start beating up somebody else.
So in retrospect for that, we go to the post show. Really awkward transition from the end of the show to the post show.
that was a lot.
Like they
awkward.
went straight to what's his
Joe
face
Tessitore.
talking about the post show, and
Fade to black.
next thing we know,
You didn't
Fade
want
to
to talk. You
Black.
didn't want to talk about the box. What's in the box?
Well, it wasn't
get there.
Jericho.
And then we get a backstage segment with Aldis and Drew getting pulled apart, basically, and now we're getting Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes on Friday night for the WWE Championship.
I think there's a chance for a title change.
That or Randy Orton does something.
I was thinking Jacob gets involved and
Well,
Toss
here's the thing.
Cody by way of attacking Drew.
I think we are going to see a Pat McAfee
On
Speaking of him, he'll
on
probably be on Raw Monday.
SmackDown.
on Monday.
I think McAfee will be on Raw on Monday because it's
On
in
Monday.
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was talking about because Pat McAfee's a punter.
Oh, I get it.
Oh.
It's coming.
From what I've put together,
Here's the
He's
kick.
he's the face in this. You can't use the pun.
Cody just got hit with an RKO. Did you see Cody after that Elimination Chamber match? Cody wants that title back. Cody doesn't care who gets in his way now. It's gonna turn into I'm going to do whatever I need
Okay,
to.
but what you just described to me was Cody turning heel, not Randy.
Cody's gonna piss off Randy, and Randy's gonna say, I don't need any of this, and just see ya.
Because Randy's focused on getting 15, and they're going to do the John Cena route where they did last year. Cena got 17 at Mania, so Randy will probably get 15.
16.
I thought it was 15.
It's 15.
He already has 15, doesn't he?
I thought
No,
it was
he's at
14.
14. He's tied with Hunter.
Okay.
Yep.
I was thinking about this, and I kind of wrote down some matches because you guys know how much I love the fantasy book.
Yes, I'm aware. You're the worst person to play GM with.
Hmm.
Why are all his
except for-
matches good?
Except for their stupid rules about sizes don't match up. I think Friday night, Cody gets number 3. And I think you get Cody versus Randy because that's what everybody wants.
Then what does Drew do then?
I think Drew, again, remember what I said about these people that normally don't wrestle, that wrestle? I think we're going to get Drew McIntyre versus Nick Aldis.
Ah, Drew versus the Authority, but the
Ooh.
Authority's the good guy this time.
I think we're going to get Aldis. And
I know-
here's the thing.
I
Here's
like
the-
that.
Here's the thing I think with Jacob. I think, and I thought this on Friday when we saw their interaction. I think the one that took Jay out was Sammy.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say that because I think Sammy did it.
I think Sammy took Jay out to hopefully be able to go to Aldis and get Jay's spot,
Because you think
being-
about it,
being a fellow Uso, but Jacob and Logan beat him to the punch.
but you think about it too. Look at his reaction after Fatu leaves and he throws the
And
table
he
out.
throws, he throws it when he threw the tantrum.
He did the
I
same
thought-
thing on Monday with Cody.
When he threw the tantrum, I absolutely thought that this is going to be that it was Sammy, and I think it's going to be Sammy because he's frustrated that everybody else is getting a shot over him. And I think we're going to end up getting Jacob and Sammy at WrestleMania. Because
Heel Sammy at that.
I think you're also going to find out that Sammy's the one that took Jacob out, not
Holy
Drew.
crap.
What?
What?
The clip of Seth Rollins unmasking himself after giving the curb stomp to Logan Paul in just over 12 hours, maybe 14 hours,
Yeah,
has 27 million views already.
that's not surprising.
That's more or less negative than when Jay won the Royal Rumble.
I mean, you did hear they were serenading him on the way out of the arena, right?
Yep.
Let's not forget Punk may be from Chicago, but Chicago knows that Seth is a loyal Bears fan.
Yep.
So yeah, I have it written down here: Orton versus Cody, Punk versus Roman, Drew versus Nick Aldis, Sammy versus Jacob, and I think we're gonna get LA Knight and Rollins versus Division. And I also think we're gonna get, because you were talking about that dude in Canada, I think we're getting Brock versus Oba.
Oh. That's some big meaty men slapping meat, my guy.
It's a
Mhm.
lot of tender.
I hope the WrestleMania entrance is really long just so we can get like a half-mile Oba.
Can you
Just don't
imagine? Can you imagine he does that walk long enough that he starts cramping?
Just don't forget
'Cause
to.
it can't be that. It can't be that comfortable to do that walk.
I mean,
Like-
I wouldn't be surprised if he held Cody Vader's at like halfway
then,
down
like-
the ramp.
And
Don't
then, like,
forget too. You're getting Liv and Stephanie Vaquera at Mania because I don't think you'd
Doing.
let that down there.
I was just writing down men's matches.
Hold on, let me go get the lotion for the women.
Yeah.
I won't
So-
lie though, the hint of the awesome rulers the other night was pretty fun.
What I say, Oba Finn Miz?
Oh, but Finn Miz. Yeah, you
Do you
did.
want me to see join the Miz and be the awesome rulers? Nah, you're dead.
You're not the Undertaker, but you have it in common. You're both dead men.
Yep.
I thought that was great. I'm looking forward to the. I'm always. It doesn't matter if it's bad or good. I'm always looking forward to the road to WrestleMania. Now we just have what 6 weeks.
You have 48 days, sir.
I
48
just hope
days to
this
build.
Mania is better than last year's.
Well, I think
it would have to
Ain't
be
saying
really bad.
much.
It would have to be really bad for it to be.
I'm
worse.
telling you, the IWC is going to tell you it's worse than last year.
if
'cause
they
they don't
could
get what they want.
do,
Yeah,
if they
Mike?
could do a similar build to what they did for 40, I think we'll be all satisfied. I
I
think
don't
that's
think
the
you
key.
can do a similar build to 40 though. There's a
Well,
certain guy that
You
isn't here to
can't.
smell it.
Who
Yeah, you
cares?
can't.
I don't
but I'm
care
just,
that he's.
Yeah, but
I'm
even,
just saying in general.
even that build the 40. I mean, The Rock was a part of it, but wasn't the main part of that, in my opinion.
I meant like the tone, like everything going into 40. There was a
Oh,
certain tone.
if I agree with you in a sense, but I also could say this one will make more sense probably. If they go into this like WrestleMania 17 with Rock and Austin, where Austin blatantly tells The Rock, I need to beat you. I need to beat you without a shadow of a doubt. And that's Randy telling Cody, I have to beat you. And then we get the Viper.
I mean,
I think it's also
you could say that with
not-
either one of those main titles. Roman says that to CM Punk, but or CM Punk says it's to Roman, or how you just said it.
The problem
The
is
stakes for those two matches are very high.
I was gonna say too. The problem is with the Roman thing is he's not as full time as Punk is, so that title is gonna be.
Full time doesn't bother me as much.
Here's my debate with full time versus part time anymore. How many times on TV broadcast does that world title get defended without it being a big build to like a premiere Raw or SmackDown?
that much.
Next to none.
I mean,
so
it got,
what the so
it got
what
a
the
couple.
so what the hell does it matter if a part-time guy is a world champion or not anymore? He just isn't there, or he shows up and he talks. It don't matter anymore. It's not like it's getting defended every single week like it used to back in the 90s. I don't care anymore. And at this point, I think WWE's starting to realize we need our headliner guys, whether they're here once or twice or just showing up for matches. We still need those guys to put asses in seats, because if we keep depending on what we got right now, it's not elevated enough.
But then
I
that
also like to point out, I don't think it's fair to compare any WrestleMania to 40. I think literally the stars aligned, the planet, the moon, and the sun literally aligned
So
that weekend.
I agree. Watching 40 back was great.
Was
Was
wait a minute.
awesome.
Wait a
But
minute. What did you say all aligned?
Moon, the planet, and the sun.
the stars.
So is that when we were sitting all three next to each other? We were aligned?
No, that was the eclipse that weekend that you
Oh.
almost pissed off the entire city of Philadelphia about.
I didn't piss him off. The fog, the fog did the work.
Yeah,
didn't
but
have
I
to
thought
tell-
you were gonna get us shot.
I didn't do shit. I just made the comment of laughing at all you go.
I mean, even
trolls.
Lash Legend side-eyed you.
Yeah, she did. But
Next to Noam Dar.
that was hilarious. Like, I walked out and saw the fog. I was like, I don't have to do anything. It's
You and I
already
were laughing our
fucking
ass
over.
off while TJ's like in the
Yeah.
middle of the road
Yeah.
trying to cross the street. Like, I don't see anything.
Well, you even got the video from the Miz and freaking, I think it was Truth, trying to find it outside the arena.
It was great.
And then my
And
comment going back to the
I
car,
was
which I'm
gonna
not going to
say-
repeat here.
I was gonna say that was also the pivotal moment where we got the bird. It's a plane situation.
Bird is the word.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Mike, exactly.
let's go with
I
that.
got
one.
about as much visual time with the eclipse as I did the Liberty Bell.
You want to go sightseeing? Do it on your own time.
Papa uma mau mau. Papa uma mau mau.
We had a world to go see. LA Knight was on Pat McAfee.
Yeah, and we had to wait for the. Oh, that was before you got there.
Yeah, that was.
It had
before
nothing
he
to
got-
do with it. We had to go get your damn
Do
Slim
you-
Jim figure.
Do you
Oh yeah.
do you know how much we would have killed him on Thursday? Can you imagine how much bitching and complaining he would have done if we had to sit there with him and wait on The Rock?
I mean, you and I were just having fun chatting with people.
I'd have probably been in the store.
Do you realize how much bitching he would have done?
Compared to the rest of the
Not at
weekend?
all. I probably would have been
It
in
was-
the WWE store
it was-
getting my damn program and
Oh,
debating on whether or not
Well,
to
make
buy
sure
the
you get the
pin set.
program with a little blood on it.
Yeah, don't get the program. If anybody went to WrestleMania 40 and you have a program that has a little bit of blood on it, it is not from the ring. It's mine.
If you can smell what the Rock is cooking.
What did you do? What did I miss?
When
You
I
haven't
got
heard this yet?
when I got this done,
Uh-oh.
I had that.
Oh, you and
fake
it bled a
stuff on
little.
it, and
Oh, not a little.
It pocketed down here like a huge pocket of blood, and it started leaking.
And he didn't.
And I-
And
know.
you didn't buy the program?
No,
Whoops.
instead of, I could have just handed it to AJ and gave you my card and told him to buy it, but I panicked because I was like, "What the?" That I just threw it down and ran back over to get new stuff put on it, and never remembered to go back over and got a program.
You
Well,
telling me
hopefully they were
somebody
smart
bought
enough to
that?
throw it out.
I was gonna say, you telling me somebody bought that?
This has got Cody Rhodes' blood on it.
It's like the belt. It's
Well,
like the belt.
Well, technically, I mean, it does say "Dream" on my arm.
Yeah, you should have Dream on one arm and a Nightmare on the other.
So, but yeah.
Well, that was you guys
fun
watching
times.
me eat food that weekend and sleeping. That was a nightmare.
Oh, I just got nauseous.
Hit you?
I just got nauseous.
This segment brought to you by.
Oh God.
No, but back to what we were talking about WrestleMania. I don't think 40 was great. The lead up to 40 was great. Do you think our judgment to how good 40 was is a little biased because we were there?
No.
Yes.
I wasn't there, but I'd say
No.
it was very good.
I thought it was good too, but there was at least 3, maybe 4 matches that I thought were, going back and watching it, not great.
I
What,
haven't.
the women,
I
the
haven't
ladies
even
versus the
watched-
Asians.
That's
I
one.
haven't even watched the
This
whole
the
pay-per-view.
the Snoop Dogg commentary. And
But that was funny.
I don't know what. That's the only match I can remember that wasn't good on that whole card.
oh, Jimmy versus Jay. That
Jimmy
was
versus Jay was
that
pretty
one was-
bad.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad in the crowd too, because everybody was like, "Could you just get this shit over with already?"
I mean,
We're ready for the main event."
Yeah, but for the story of the weekend, it had to happen.
No, yeah.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that it was good.
The only thing I still know from that WrestleMania for sure, because I did just go back and
Is
try
you
to watch
standing
it all
up
over again,
blocks wind.
is, well, okay, I meant of in-ring action. Rhea Ripley's entrance still gives me goosebumps.
And good for Becky with having strep and going through that match.
And I've not made it to night 2 of that. I've tried watching this like 5-6 times now, and I have yet to get I don't even think I've started night 2 yet. So I can't tell you if him winning the title again is as emotional as what it was the first time.
I looked over
You gotta even just get through Punk at that point, then.
Yeah, I was gonna
Or is
say
that
you gotta
night
get it-
1?
No, Punk and Drew
No, Punk
and
and Drew is night
Cash in.
2.
Yeah.
Is the first part of night 2.
Yep.
It was cool. I was in the middle. I was the it was not fun. Not
That's
fun.
because you were the squished one.
Yeah.
The best part was
You should have
when
been warm.
It's the best part was when you two jabronis and everybody else stood up and I stayed seated. It was like, oh, I can't feel the wind now.
Freaking Ryan's not even looking at the mat at the ring. He's like looking at the TV screen behind us.
Damn
So you
straight.
gotta remember, Bianca and them versus the Asians. I didn't even really see that match until I watched it back on TV later because I went and got Little Caesars.
Dude, you
Yeah,
were
we're aware.
eating the whole time.
All right, before we get out of here, we're gonna run this down real quick. Okay, Friday at midnight, Tuesday or
Wait, are you
Thursday at
covering the
midnight.
box at all?
Uh,
No. Okay.
He
it's
forgot.
It's Danhausen. He's a comedian. He'll be in different spots for months. Is he gonna
Great.
wrestle? Who knows? He's one of CM Punk's best friends. He's signed to a multi-year deal. they stooged everybody by thinking it was Jericho, who's still on the AEW roster. Quit thinking it's Jericho.
He's held hostage till April till his contract
I
expires.
just, Fry, I want to know what was worse, the gobbledygooker or the box?
The gobbledygooker was by far horrible. I've at least seen Danhausen do some funny stuff on AEW, so I'm looking forward
I
to
just
seeing
meant as
what
far as
WWE.
debut. Like, we got a stupid egg that turned out to be a chicken. We got a box that turned out to be a bunch of vampire-looking chicks in Danhausen.
He gave Michael Cole a bunch of teeth that had parsley in it. I don't know.
I heard they might be Mankind's teeth from that night. Just a rumor I heard out there.
Who?
Mick Foley, Mankind.
Who's that guy? I don't know him. He's not associated with WWE anymore. He doesn't exist.
Yeah, he wanted to be striked from all history.
He doesn't exist.
Well, I mean, he'll get over it. He got broken in half by God.
My God, he's broken in half.
That would have been a fair wish. Anyhow,
He's
so
up through the
Friday night, Friday morning, I should say, Thursday night is the early release for WWE 2K26. Of course, we know the cover star this year is Mr. CM Punk. I'm just gonna run down through a couple of these, maybe all of them. AJ's favorite superhero is the #1 rated character. You can't even see him. His name is
Batman?
Super Cena.
Bruce Wayne?
His name is Super Cena.
Oh, Peacemaker, got you.
I know TJ's favorite superhero is the Flash because he's the fastest man alive and explains why he can't get a date.
This is this is kind
Huh?
this is the kind of stuff that of the video game thing that kind of makes it you kind of like, what are you doing? Super Cena is the only 100, okay, and then it is John Cena, Roman Reigns from Royal Rumble 22, Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 40, and Stone Cold Steve Austin are all 97s.
What?
Cena from 12, Rock from 01, The Undertaker are 96s, Brock Lesnar from 2013, CM Punk from Elimination Chamber. The first active wrestler on the roster on the list is the 11th overall wrestler, and that's Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns at 11 and 12 are both 95 overalls. I'm not sure what this has the Dark Horse. I'm not sure who that is. It's probably in the character or in the My Story mode or something. It says a 95 overall and it says extra. Not sure. The Rock is a 95. The Rock in 24 is a 95. Brock Lesnar is a 94. CM Punk is a 94. Hulk Hogan, 94. Seth Rollins, 94. The Fiend Bray Wyatt, 23, is a 94. Don't really agree with that one. There wasn't much of that Fiend. That Fiend only wrestled one match. Bret Hart, a 93. Punk in 13, a 93. Punk 13, SummerSlam, a 93. Punk, WrestleMania 29, 93. Couldn't you just make CM Punk at 93 and just put all of his characters together? Why do we have to have so many different separate characters? Drew, Gunther, 93s, Hollywood Hogan, Mark Henry, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, all 92s. Dusty Rhodes, Jey Uso, Randy Orton from 11 and Triple H are all 91s. Bray Wyatt in general, Braun Breaker, Eddie Guerrero, the Finn Balor Demon, Goldberg, and Logan Paul are all 90s.
90 for Logan Paul.
90 for
Mike,
Logan
I'm gonna kick
Paul.
your butt, by the way.
What do you mean?
How many times have you been on this podcast?
I've been on a lot over the last year. Why?
You took about an hour ago to freaking subscribe to the damn channel.
I honestly did not even recognize I didn't subscribe to that. To be honest. I thought I did.
Hogan in 02, JBL, LA Knight, Macho Man, Sami Zayn are all 89s. AJ Styles, Andre the Giant, Bronson Reed, CM Punk, Simon Dallas Page, Finn Balor, Jacob Fatu are 88s. Another CM Punk. This would be the early '08 CM Punk. Damian Priest, Diesel, Dominic Mysterio, Dusty Rhodes from '89, Kevin Owens, the DLC Macho Man, Razor Ramon, and Miz are all '87s. And this is where it gets fun. We have Valkingo is in the game. The AAA wrestlers are in the game.
TNA as well, or are you gonna get there?
You might get a DLC with some TNA guys,
Okay.
but there are no TNA releases. Valkyndo is an '86. I think I saw where Psycho Clown
Mr. Iguana.
is in there. Mr. Iguana is here. Is an '81 overall.
Can I play as?
What about Laeska?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I play as Laeska?
I don't know, but it shall be interesting.
Turns into like
And then
can we get Santino and
here's the biggest.
Mr. Sacco.
Here's
Mr.
been the one
Sacco.
everybody's been just blowing up 2K for. I'm gonna go all the way down to the 136th character in the game. Javon Evans
was he a
Is
60
it
overall?
Bouncy.
is a 78 overall.
Why so low?
So he
But
can bounce up the roster later on.
And that was number 136. I'm gonna scroll all the way back up to 121. Jelly Roll is an 80.
There's a highway to
I mean,
hell.
in my opinion, Jelly Roll should be at 99, and that dude looks great.
It's because you are the same build.
Well, his training's really
No,
helped
he
him
was
slim
about
down,
40
okay?
pounds heavier than me.
But his training really
Was.
helped him, got him healthy. Like his workout training match got him a lot thinner, saved
The
his life.
dietitians that he can afford and the food he can afford to eat. Yeah.
And rounding out the first 171 wrestlers you get, Eric Bischoff is a 58.
Hit some of the women, please.
Where would the Guru be on
Do
there?
not hit the
59?
women. Do not hit the women.
Why?
Would the
Just
Guru be a
talk about the
59?
women. Don't hit them.
Oh, okay, I get you.
What
Sorry.
would the Guru be? I mean, the Guru is somewhere normally between 85 and 99.
Oh, I thought he was gonna. Never mind. I won't say it.
I wasn't gonna say 6'7". I did that
No,
shtick yesterday.
I didn't think you were gonna say that. I thought you were gonna say the other one.
Grand
The other
El Grand El Grand
It's a couple numbers
Americano
past 6'7".
and El Grand Americano, the original, are both 85 overalls. So you can have your own El Grande matchup.
Hooray!
Abyss is also in the game again this year. He's an 85. We are also getting Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis as playable characters this year.
Do I have Magnus? Is it his theme?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Magnus.
I
thing
have
from
no
TNA.
idea. I've not seen an entrance for them, but we get Adam Pearce from 2012, so that should be fun.
Give me my Magnus.
We don't get
25
Ava, though,
theme.
right? No Ava?
She's in the GM mode, isn't she? Is the GM of NXT still?
Yeah, I think so.
And not
Uh,
anymore.
On the women's side, we get ironically enough, on the men's side, like the first half of the whole thing are all legends. We don't get a legend here till number 6.
Okay.
Rhea Ripley is top honors with a 96. Becky with a 94. Bianca with a 94.
She hasn't been on TV in a year. Okay.
Charlotte is a 93. Io is a 93.
Okay.
Your
Has
first
it really been a
legend,
year?
It's been about-
WrestleMania, she
Yeah.
broke her knuckle, and she's had a lot of problems with it. And she just recently had another surgery to fix it.
Yep.
AJ Lee
Huh.
is your first legend. AJ Lee 15 is a 92.
Is she still considered a legend? Then?
It's
What's her
the
current
it's
one?
it's the 2015.
Oh, okay,
AJ
okay,
Lee.
okay.
Liv Morgan is a 92. Naomi is a 92. Stephanie Valkyrie is a 92. Alundra Blaze is a 91. Asuka is a 91. Tiffy is a 91. Bull Nakano is a 90. You couldn't hear her, but the wife just walked by and she just went, Tiffy time. Bailey, 89. Trish Stratus, 89. Victoria, 89.
You think Trish Stratus should be a 90 and not an 89?
Yes.
Okay.
AJ Lee is an 88.
That's a fair rating.
China is an 88. Both the regular one and the DLC China.
Nope,
Jade
I'm not going there. Nope, she's dead. Not gonna say it.
Jade Cargill
I'm just
and
saying, I
Nia.
think she should have been higher, but that's my opinion.
I thought she
I agree.
should have been lower.
Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, and Nikki Bella are all 80s. Alexa Bliss is in 87. Charlotte from 2017 is in 87. Julia, Natalia, and Raquel are 86s. Chelsea Green, Eve Torres, and Flamer, which is that female from AAA, all are, and Michelle McCool and Roxanne Perez are 85s.
Eve Torres. I'm kind of surprised she's in the game.
She was in last year's game.
Was she really?
Yeah. Kyrie Sane and Lyra Valkyrie are 84s. Molly Holly, Selena Vega, 83s. Meechin is an 82. Jordan Grace and Lash Legend are 81s. JC Jane is an 80. I think she's the first NXT star. She is.
I assume Brie Bella's will be coming as a DLC.
Possibly. Kiana Jordan is a 79. Maurice is a 79. Piper
Really,
Nevin
Maurice?
is a 79. This one I kind of.
Is Maurice a legend?
Yes. Blake Monroe is a 78. Fallon Henley is a 78. Lola Vice is a 78. Maxine Dupree is a 78. Alba Fire is a 77.
That's kind of funny. You get Maxine, who's a former Intercontinental Champion, is on the same level as NXT talent.
Jada Parker. Hey, Miss Parker.
Miss
She's
Parker.
a 77.
Miss Parker.
Sol Ruka is a 77. Ivy Nile is a 76. Izzy Dame is a 76.
Some of these
Nikki,
seem crazy to me.
Nikki Cross is a 73.
Ooh.
Nikita Lyons is a 73.
Jasmine. Does that 73 for Nikita Lyons comes with 2 ACLs fixed?
Probably.
Ouch.
Jasmine Nix, who's not even on the roster anymore and has already gone to OnlyFans, she's a 72. Candice LeRae is a 71.
That's
Wonder if she gets Johnny coming out with her laying all over the place.
him planking.
BFAB is a 66. Now, there are some missing here because I know because I saw her entrance. Zarya is in the game.
Did you say Thea Hale?
I didn't hear it.
Nope.
I didn't hear you say Thea Hale, and that doesn't
Nope.
make a lot of sense to me.
Nope. She'll probably be in the game as well, just
So
not on this.
when you guys
page
get
I'm
the
gonna say.
game on Thursday night into Friday when it launches, because it'll launch on console at midnight. It won't launch till noon the next morning for me. What is the first game mode that you guys are playing?
Well, one, I'm gonna check out how this battle pass works. For one, because there's a whole bunch of unlockables on the battle pass, and I'm not really sure what game mode you need to play more of to unlock things on it. But for me, I do what I always do. I take care of the showcase first, get it out of the way, and move on to other stuff. I'll start building my faction team. I do like the my faction. As much as I hate Mutt and all that kind of stuff, I do like the my faction on wrestling.
Mutt and Diamond Dynasty and
Yeah, so probably those because you're not gonna get community creations until the game's fully released. That's TJ's date saying I'm leaving.
Your money's
yeah,
ran
the
out.
date is if the date's an 80-pound asshole husky, yeah.
I mean, whatever
yeah.
you could pay for.
So basically, just playing I'll probably tinker around with GM mode. Probably started.
I ain't baking with peanut butter, AJ.
Probably start universe now that the draft and everything is now that the draft and everything is used in universe mode. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that plays out.
Are we gonna end up doing our rosters that we were supposed to do at some point?
I think between the three of us, we should do our go back to Numbnuts isn't getting the game anytime soon. He's still trying to beat Ricky. He's still trying to beat Macho Man with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that game.
So, I think between the three of us, we do our GM mode. That would be pretty fun, just to see how bad I could beat both of you.
I thought we were getting it all for the computer, so I bought it for the computer. Bullshit.
It's all right. I'll get it for the computer. That way we can add. I can do all the stuff I want to do with mods and all that kind of good stuff.
You're so dumb.
You'll be all right. It might be cross-platform. I didn't even.
It
look.
is not.
It
To
isn't.
be fair, he did tell me if we were getting it, it was for the computer, and then the guy got it on console.
Yeah.
Oh, so I
well,
wasn't going crazy. That's at least good.
I
to know.
mean, I have Farm Simulator for both. What makes you think I won't have WWE for both?
You're
then
just
the-
crazy enough that you'll beat the stupid mode before I can get through the dragon and
I've
him
done.
on both.
I've done beat two video games compared to TJ, who's still fighting in match 3.
There's not still. It's gone. It got deleted off my Xbox.
Deleted.
Macho Man won.
Oh yeah, brother. Dig it.
Couldn't snap that Slim Jim. That
So,
guy wouldn't do the move
to
for
bring
me,
every-
brother.
to bring everything back to what the actual show was, that I didn't think was going to go an hour and a half, and it's about to go an hour and a half.
Well, this is what happens when we miss a week.
Hey, you the one that canceled.
I know. I thought I had to work.
That was
Wait,
okay.
And you
I-
guys can't do the show without me. It's not the same.
It is not the same.
See? Then somebody else would have to lead.
It's like doing a regular Nerds show without me.
Lead?
It doesn't exist.
Lead?
Yeah, because everybody knows nerd shows are only fun when it's me and Susie versus you.
There's no verses. It's like I'm there just for a punchline.
He sends
Wait, you're
me
not
the-
here for that now?
No, it's worse. It's a lot worse.
It's a lot worse over there. And like he
That's because
sends
we're
me,
trying to be nice. Do you want us to
he's-
put pull the gloves off?
he sends me get this. He sends me this list of what the lineup is for nerds till like the end of the summer. And I'm like, well, you definitely have me for this whole span. And he's like,
And he never shows the fuck up.
and he looks at me and he goes, well, he asked me about Alien. And I'm like, I don't really like Alien, so I'm not showing up for that one. But then the next ones I'm all for because they're some of my favorite movies. And he goes, do you mean I gotta put up with both of you for like 6 straight weeks, 8 straight weeks? I'm like, eventually I'm gonna run out of content.
No, We've been friends for how long?
I mean, at least on
some
Wednesday
would
night,
say-
at least on Wednesday nights, I don't give him too much shit.
You don't give me any shit. It's great.
Yeah, that's why you get such a good intro here, because it's like it's the one that doesn't give me shit. It's Mike Capizio.
Asshole. Okay, back
It's-
to Elimination Chamber 2026. We've talked about it. We've reviewed it.
I give it a B.
Yeah, that's bite my shiny metal ass. That's where I was
One
going
off of
with
your
that.
hat.
Ugh.
B. Yeah, I'll give it a
That's
B.
why he wears the hood anymore, so we don't see the gloom dome.
He's just pulling Joey Logano. All the hair went to the face and not the head.
Yeah, but he doesn't look as much like a penis.
He needs. Do you need a shirt for when you go to New Hampshire that says Joey? I did it first and did it better.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll
He's
get
got the
Lonnie to
logo.
I'll get Lonnie to make it and send it to you. I'll get to you faster than TJ's chair.
And on that note, let's
T-
wrap this up.
TJ, what was your grade for Elimination Chamber?
C minus.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be that low. I actually gave it a B plus. So a B plus for me,
You're lucky I didn't give it a D.
2 B's for Mike and Ryan, and
To be fair, you haven't given the D to anybody in about.
That's
4
why I
years.
gave it a C minus. Shout out to Mrs. Murray.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks,
Oh man!
ladies and
Yo.
gentlemen, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, did you know that if TJ had to pay alimony, it stopped this past week?
Would it have stopped if she had to pay me?
No, It wouldn't have
Oh.
because you haven't given the D anybody in 4 years.
Probably
Because
never did.
that was the way it was supposed to be. I was the
Uh.
one supposed to get paid, and I was like, "No, I'm good. Go
So,
away."
but
Why did this the last 5 minutes turn into a Dr. Phil session?
well, what you see?
You
is what
wanted
we
to
got
not be the only
here.
one getting ribbed.
At least it's not Jerry Springer.
He did.
Well, no, because his ex-wife would be his sister. Then that's how they make it Jerry Springer.
Okay, Alabama.
Instead of a
but North.
walrus.
All right,
Ooh, ooh,
I think
ooh.
we got. I think we got some NASCAR to watch. You belly smacking.
Hopefully, you set your fantasy lineup.
Yeah,
did.
make sure you
I did
set your
yesterday.
fantasy.
I did.
I even let the other one know that didn't set it last week. I reminded him yesterday, and he goes, "Oh, thanks."
All
Did
right,
you do your
everybody.
36 for 36?
Yes. I don't remember who I
Did-
picked.
Did everybody pick SVG?
No, I
No,
did not.
I'm
No.
saving it.
No.
No, I'm saving
I
it.
saved it too.
I didn't either.
I'm saving him for the Roval.
There's no Roval. That's the
No,
oval
I
this
think
year.
that was this.
That
That was
would've-
this joke.
You know that would have been
Ah.
funny as hell if he would have like not known that and waited.
Yeah, right.
All the
I'm-
road courses are gone and he's not picked SVG. I'm like, dude, you realize you haven't picked him yet? He's like, yeah, I'm waiting for the Roval.
Whoops.
I picked the dinger.
Oh, so did I. Thanks.
I picked. I
I went with McDowell.
I went with Connor because when it comes to the 36 for 36, I suck. So I figured I'll just take Connor.
Hold on. Let's since you
No,
know,
I was saving Connor for the Glen because he ran really good there.
Mike, you're P1 in the 36 for 36. I'm
Hooray.
I'm P2 minus 11. I am not a nerd. I don't know who that is third. Captain
I
Brandon
think that's Bud.
is in fourth because I'm not going to say what his actual name is.
Yeah.
Fry's in fifth. TJ's in sixth. Dave's in seventh.
I'm in 6th with having picked Austin Dillon for the 500.
You have 23 points.
Who'd you
Yeah, because
pick?
I got 1 from Austin Dillon in the 500. The other 22 are from Brad.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I picked.
Dixie's eighth and Bacon is ninth. So Mike, good job. You and I are
I pissed-
P1 and P2.
I
Yes, sir.
picked Austin Cendric and then Todd Gilliland, and they both shit the bed.
Yep.
Looking at our actual fantasy lineups, Dave's in first, Ryan's in second, I'm in third, Asshole is in fourth, who I wish we don't talk to. Fifth is Krim, sixth it's Campigio, seventh it's TJ, eighth it's Ron, Dixie's in ninth. I don't know who Fill Me With Fuel is in 10th, and
Isn't that Brandon?
Fill me with fuel is Mr. Captain.
oh, okay. And then Ron has 2 accounts?
I don't know. Probably. He's dumbass. Probably signed up twice.
Either way, one of them's at 0. We could probably just
But
go
I
ahead
mean-
and remove that one.
But I mean, the one guy did delete himself from all the other chats and accounts, so might as well just delete him from these 2 as well.
No, leave him here. It's more exciting beating him.
He's
Okay.
beating you.
Trust me, I'll
Give
be
it
back
time.
on top
Give-
in like 4
give-
weeks.
Oh God, the idea on the top. Oh,
That's like, again, 2 whales just on top of each other.
I mean,
Just
yeah, that's
one-
how baby
just-
whales are made, AJ.
just one has no teeth.
And the next episode of Family Guy cutaway
And
scene.
and cut. And cut.
Who the-
We're done.
Who the hell starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe.
Credit
follow.
card debt.
We'll see you Thursday for Alien.
Yeet out, TJ.
What, Ryan?
I ain't getting the hands.
Oh, too sweet. Bye, everybody. I thought he was telling me to wait.